Hello,
baby,
chocolate.
you're a firework.
Okay, cut that
Go
out.
and let your colors burst.
I'm trying to intro the
Let
show.
it go.
You best.
Oh
yeah, he's dead.
Can you leave it go?
Okay. Not only are we all
danger of
monetary
copyright.
value is completely gone.
Danger of copyright. The money we don't
I
make.
wanted to model worthiness.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I wanted to intro the show
Okay,
as
go
the
ahead.
woman
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
model
Okay, go
worthiness.
ahead. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But you've taken my thunder.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, chocolate dipped friends. Welcome to the White Girl, Black Husband podcast, where we
Where it's okay to be white.
might be mad at each
And
other
it's okay to be
on
black.
the mic, and that's okay.
And it's okay to be black. Bring your blackness to the podcast. Bring your whiteness to the podcast. Bring your Asianness to the podcast. Bring your Hispanicness to the podcast. Bring your Central Asianness to the podcast. Bring your Oceanicness to the podcast. Bring your Nordicness to the podcast. Bring your Canadianness to the podcast. Bring your South American.
Diesel's got it.
Bring
man.
your South American. Bring your Argentine, Sarah. Bring your Argentine-ness to the podcast. Bring it all. It's
okay.
all.
So why
it's all.
were you singing the fireworks song?
Well, the 4th of July was a doozy this year, wasn't it? I had a lot of fun on the 4th,
yeah.
but the vibe was off this year.
I mean,
The vibe-
you
the vibe
were
was off.
also broken on
Yeah,
the 4th.
That's true, but I'm
barely
saying
able to stretch your neck to
True.
look up properly.
true. I was broken, and this country is broken. So
I did get moody. Like
Yeah.
I saw the fleeting beauty of fireworks,
Mhm.
and I admit I kind of thought of humans and
Yeah.
like just how much I need to like do life right.
Ain't that something? How fireworks? Like I like what you just did, because fireworks. You should see yourself in fireworks. Like Katy Perry in that song. I don't think this is what she was going for, but the profundity of saying, "Baby, you're a firework." Yeah, your fuse is gonna get lit. You're gonna fly up in the air for a second, and it's gonna look awesome, and then you're gonna disappear, and you will be forgotten. You'll blend in with all of the other fireworks. And we might smell you for a little bit after you blow up, but even that will go away. So, yeah, baby, you are a firework. Temporal, fleeting, beautiful. So I want to, in honor of the vibe shifting in America with the passage of this bill that everybody hates, with just the president, just locking the wrong people up, immigration, alligator, Alcatraz, all of that.
Oh my God.
Has inspired me.
That's a real thing.
Yeah. Has inspired me
I shouldn't be laughing because it's tragic, but it's just psychotic.
to play a game. And I want us to come out of this thinking that there are. I want you guys to see how
We're gonna play a game
if
today.
if Lauren was in charge of America, I want you guys.
Oh
to see
my!
she would be in good hands. So today's game doesn't have a name.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't come prepared with a name. I came prepared with rules, but I didn't come prepared. Let's just call this game "Shift the Vibe." How about that? Wow. Shift the vibe. Change the world. Let's just call this game "Change the World." Now, in "Change the World," the goal, Lauren has been elected as the first female president in American history and the first female leader in global history. Forget Angela Merkel.
Every once in a
that
while,
half
I would
demon.
play the JFK assassination.
Lauren is going to be presented with challenges, both global, national, and otherwise. Note that category, otherwise. That she's going to have to, of her own cognition, her experience, her...
so stressed on games.
her-
I'm not timed, right?
No, her life, everything that she's ever done as a woman has set the table for her to be president now. Now I've separated the into 8 categories, much like you would see on like a game show like Jeopardy or something. The categories are as follows. Category 1, the vibe is off. Now this category will have to do with Americans' top concerns right? Just cultural things that worry the common man. Category 2, mommy, why is it hot outside? That might be too loud, by the way. That might be too loud. I noticed last time on a recording. Yeah, I know. That's okay.
I love
That's okay.
my music
I know.
one.
Mommy, why is it hot outside? This category has to do with climate threats. Number 3, I had more to say, but then I didn't want to spoil the game for you. Number 3, isn't the sun supposed to be yellow? This has to do with
category?
Threats that not merely threaten America, but threaten the galaxy, I guess. Something like that.
So we're looking at like Captain Marvel stuff.
Category 4, Command and Conquer. This has to do with geopolitics.
RTS stuff?
Geopolitics. Yeah, RTS stuff, yes. Okay. Category 5, The Hunger Games. This has to do with
I should be paying attention more into these.
Yeah, so yeah, that's fine. This has to do with
I'm a great world leader already.
This has to do with the country descending into authoritarian, classist, man against man, brother against brother, sister against sister, family against family, whatever. 6, could this really happen? These are, let's just say there's some people who play with doomsday clocks and spend all day imagining what might happen.
Okay.
7, Make America Again. Notice there's a word missing from that sentence. This has to do with the, people just
make it again.
The toxic, people just factions and people not getting along, identity, politics, loneliness, separation. And then the special category, Christian's Chess Master. This has to do with eschatology and how some people think we are closer to the end than we may actually be. So
interesting.
Your goal, Lauren, Chocolate Family.
Okay.
If you want to, play along. I don't know how you would, but play along. Yeah, play along. Or cheer Lauren on.
Yes. Please say a prayer for me. Anytime I have to walk into a game from the dude who loves crazy things. This is like...
You're ready for this. You were born for this
Alice
moment.
in the Maze.
You want not only do you want the country to like you, because we're sick of our leadership, you want the country to like you.
That's my goal, is to be likable.
That's the small goal, but the big goal is to save the world.
Oh my goodness.
Save the world.
What's going to stop me from picking like certain categories if I'm loving that one and I'm only picking that one? Like, is it randomized? Are we rolling a dice?
You can pick whatever categories you want, but just know
there's
that
no dice roll.
No, there's no dice roll. You can pick any category you want.
Okay.
What's going to stop you from picking the same category over? You can do whatever you want. You can pick the same category 10 times.
I was barely listening.
But if the faucet's leaking, the furnace is out, the breaker's sparking, and you just keep working on the faucet,
that's valid.
You know what I mean? So
okay, I see what you did.
Now, Chocolate Family, this might be a little campy because I'm relying on ChatGPT to spawn scenarios.
Okay.
ChatGPT
has no
tries its hardest, but it's just not that funny. No. So I'll try and remix a little bit what it says. But just imagine this is like a what was a board game manufacturer back in the day? Who made Ouija boards?
Older adult, straight, he, him, his.
Who made Ouija boards?
That's ChatGPT.
Who made that? Facts. Oh my gosh. Who made Ouija boards? Is that Hasbro?
Oh my gosh, did Hasbro?
I think
that?
so. Yeah, pretty sure Hasbro or
Holy guacamole. Hasbro is in charge of people inviting demons into their homes.
Let's find out. Yeah, Hasbro.
What?
Hasbro makes Ouija
makes
boards.
Me not want to buy anything Hasbro.
They acquired the rights to the Ouija board when they purchased Parker Brothers in 1991.
So Parker Bros is the original. Didn't one of them made?
Isn't that crazy?
Wait, who made Monopoly?
Who made Monopoly?
I thought it was Parker Bros.
Hasbro. Oh no, Parker Bros. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
So the same people who played,
the same people who made Monopoly made Ouija board. Yeah. The fact that seance
put
crap
that
and
in
Ouija
your pipe.
boards
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
That was
kid seances.
That was a thing at like girl slumber party, quote unquote.
How many?
How that was marketed for children?
How many Jezebels still got demons following? Like how many kids still got demons following them?
No.
because they play with the. Okay, I'm just joking. All right, so Miss Lauren.
And by the way,
Taylor, yeah.
inviting demonic things into your home is not funny at all.
It isn't. Yeah, it isn't.
And
I'm
please
sorry for
do
laughing.
not play
I'm sorry
Ouija
for
board. PSA: do not play with a Ouija
Sorry for
board.
laughing.
No, I mean we only are laughing because it's absolute
It's
nonsense.
insane. Yeah,
That's
Badass.
something from like the demonic.
It's insane that it was presented as
just a good old time.
Monopoly and the Ouija board to be sitting next to each other
That
in,
is
in the store.
insane.
They're not
I mean, there really is
one of
only
these
to
things
laugh
is not like the other.
because
You
the
know what I'm
devil
saying?
makes fun of us
That's
and
true.
makes
Yeah,
us
he
look like
does.
fools sometimes.
He does.
That is
That
clearly
is true, and that was one way he did.
yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Okay, sorry.
No,
Continue.
no, sorry. All right, so you've just been elected in office, and on day one, things
Okay.
are going crazy. Lauren, tell me, what will be your first category?
No, that'll make me feel.
Okay,
like I'm
sorry.
being
What
timed.
category would you like to attack first?
Even though I'm the world leader, I can't handle being timed. I'll die. I can't ask you what the categories are again, can
Yeah,
I?
if you want to get an idea, sure. That would help the audience too.
What was mommy? Why is it hot outside?
Climate threats.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's just start with one. The vibe is off. Let's try that. Okay, you're done. You're done.
Scenario: Madam President, a new grassroots movement called the Rotation Constitution has gone viral on TikTok and college campuses. It proposes that America should rewrite. It proposes that America should rewrite its constitution every 4 years to keep things fresh. The movement, backed by a collective of anarchist poets, tech futurists, and this is ChatGPT being campy. Fred Durst, the lead singer of Limp Bizkit, is gaining traction. Yeah, actually, you know what? No, Fred Durst is kind of weird. So yeah, this works. It's gaining traction with Gen Z voters and disillusioned veterans alike. They're planning a national reconvening next month in Philadelphia,
Oh my god.
complete with cosplay, live stream debates, and a proposed referendum. Now, if handled
right around
well,
the Liberty Bell.
yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh, I didn't catch that. If handled well, Lauren, you could channel this energy into civic renewal initiatives, boosting youth engagement and stabilizing the discourse. If ignored, the event could erupt into chaos or fuel extremist interpretations, leading to fringe states drafting their own mini constitutions. Now, Lauren, I will serve as your advisor. So I'm in your
What happened
cabinet.
in Philadelphia, by the way.
I'm in your cabinet.
Okay.
Well, how would you like to handle this? You have the authority as president to do whatever you please. Let me give you some triggers, just to get your juices flowing. Constitutional listening tour, National Yoshi panel, Fred Durst Fellowship, banned cosplay, sticky glue revisions clause. Just to get you like thinking like,
What was the Yoshi one?
National Yoshi panel. You don't have to choose from these, but if you want to,
Like I need to hire a bunch of
you
Yoshis.
would get green Yoshis, yellow Yoshis, red Yoshis to convene.
Well, Yoshi's a dum-dum, so no. I don't need that.
And if you're confused about what Yoshi we're talking about the Yoshi you know and love from Mario.
Some love him.
Yeah, I'm Yoshi neutral.
I'm Yoshi not.
Yeah,
neutral.
I lean.
I played too much Mario Party where he's pummeled us for no reason when he's the CPU.
Yeah, he
and
rocks
for
you.
whatever reason,
He rocks your ears
Yoshi
back. I need to stop saying
specifically
that.
as CPU
Yeah, he does. He does.
is
rock.
like
He
you
does.
want him
He takes
on
you
toast.
to the floor. He takes you to the floor.
Madam
President.
So I'm not against change
Okay.
and revising some stuff that's a little dusty, racist adjacent.
Okay. You think the Constitution is that? Because I don't think the Constitution is that, Madam President. I don't think the Constitution is racist adjacent, Madam President.
Okay, well,
In
I
principle,
approve
sure,
your
but-
insight.
Okay.
I don't want it to be rewritten
Okay.
every 4 years. That's ridiculous.
Okay, well,
because
the problem is
the moral factor behind like what is right and wrong changing constantly with the wind of what our society tells us every 4 years.
Okay.
That is very inappropriate to just rewrite.
I agree.
The foundation of something.
All right, Madam President. Well, the problem is,
but we could have them, like, if they want to rewrite some kind of like state laws for themselves, I might let them bring me some ideas.
Okay, so Madam President, is it true that you would like them to first prove in their states that they can rewrite laws?
I would like every state to submit 2 new state laws that they think would help the greater good. I'm not promising that they're going to go into place, but I do want to hear from the people, and that's fine. It's just...
Alrighty. Madam President, 3 to 6 months later, your call for each state to submit laws, quote, for the greater good was seen as open-handed and inspiring. Within weeks, the states were mailing in thousands of proposals, some brilliant, some deeply chaotic. Ohio suggested mandatory breakfast with neighbors.
That's not chaotic at all.
Not against that. While Oregon demanded full rights for AI-enhanced raccoons, Texas wrote its submission on deer hide. The 50 Bills initiative became a hit on Twitch with live streams where users debated proposals and dressed as all colors of Yoshi. The White House saw a bump in approval from young voters, while pundits on Freedom Vision mocked the effort as Yelp reviews for society. Even so, something shifted. America's felt heard. Your approval rating has gone up 7 points. The online mood. She's like, actually listening? U.S. nation status right now is calm and vibey.
Okay.
Now, okay, Lauren, so people like you, right?
I mean,
they just come off Donald
There's
Trump.
nothing problematic comes from listening to each
They
other.
just came off DJT. Now,
Okay.
where are we going next? There's many problems, many yeah.
Can I pause to ask a nugget question?
Yeah, please. Please.
I don't understand active president's obsession with approval ratings.
Yeah.
Because once you're in office, screw you all, I'm in office. Like, I might not get revoted in and I don't get to come back.
I believe approval rating has to do with, it like lets you know if the laws that you're putting in are even like connecting with the, like if it's doing the things you want or if it's good for society. Like if you did a law and
like you're doing it.
It would kind of let you know if the laws that you're putting in place are even like what people want.
If you were like, I don't actually care, and
how about this? Having that mindset is how you end up with like dictators. Like a dictator kind of is like a person with a low approval rating or a fascist.
I was already thinking it's dumb and I might be a dictator.
So you could. It's just like you go. That's how you go from. That's how your nation begins to descend into the things we see in fascist or or authoritarian regimes.
Well, who's to say if they're happy and approving of something that's good for them?
Right.
Like people are nuggets sometimes.
Yeah.
So like the greater good, if they're upset about something,
right,
and it's actually a good thing.
Yeah, that is true. That's why you need good people around you. You need
I
really
feel like
smart.
I would not want to get obsessed with like good for you.
You need smart people to evaluate what the approval rating means.
Like you like it.
Like having
eating vegetables doesn't make everyone happy.
Right. Okay. We see Lauren is more of an authoritarian style ruler. All right. Next category.
Hit the PayPal.
Good question though. Good question.
Okay. So next category. Command and Conquer.
Okay. Command and Conquer. Remember, Chocolate Dip Friends, this is geopolitics, global conflict. Scenario, Madam President, a closed door offer just came in from the Transcontinental Shipping Council, a shadowy consortium of private logistics firms, defense contractors, and former Amazon execs. This is the swamp. They're offering to fund a private naval fleet to patrol and stabilize, quote, the increasingly dangerous Red Sea shipping lanes following recent Houthi attacks. In return, they ask for exclusive port access rights in Hawaii, Charleston, and a, quote, tax holiday until 2045. Their pitch ends with, the public doesn't need to know, only that the goods arrive on time. Leaked drone footage suggests they've already launched stealth patrol vessels, one of which flies a flag depicting a taquito impaled by a golden sword. If handled well, you could leverage their global influence. You could leverage their offer for global influence while regulating them transparently, boosting global trade and public trust. Remember, the world is not doing well right now. If ignored, they may operate as a rogue navy anyway, disabling the U.S. foreign policy and drawing accusations of corporate militarism. So here's some suggestions. Here's some suggested tactics.
Okay.
Form a congressional oversight board. So get the intelligentsia, the brain trust.
Okay.
Backdoor deal with non-disclosure agreements.
Okay.
So
Sure.
nationalize their. How can I phrase this? Dispatch them to create a national food shipping fleet, specializing in Hispanic Mexican foods, things that will get South America thrumming, right? Thrumming. We want South America thrumming, don't we? 4, blame Naraku. Appoint Fred Flintstone as port ambassador.
Oh my gosh.
So, because some of you guys aren't familiar, Naraku is who's Naraku, Lauren?
Naraku is from Inuyasha.
But who is he?
He's the main villain.
No. Like never watched anime, never heard of Naraku. Who is Naraku?
Oh, okay. He can pull off a piece of him and then have a whole nother human grow from it. So he has like incarnations of himself. So he's basically like endless.
Okay.
And he's made up of I am Legion. He is made up of like every demon because he was actually a broken human who fell in love with a human woman who was caring for him, a sweet priestess, which, by the way, no one should describe Kikyo as sweet. She's tending to him, and he is like literally gonna die, but he can't move. He's like burned from head to toe, blah, blah, blah. He invites the demons into him to give him what he wants. Right, okay. And then his life is just like crazy after that. So
this does make sense.
But he thinks it's better.
This makes sense. So there is some, this is a point towards the spiritual opposition to your presidency. All right, what will you do?
I'm shutting this crap down.
Okay.
I recorded the meeting.
Okay.
I'm leaking it to the public.
Okay.
And I'm letting them know that the world know that this president will not be blackmailed. Okay. And I hate rich corporations.
Oh my God.
I don't care if it brings better things for the masses. This is not how we're looking for a solution.
Okay.
I blackmailed them.
Okay.
Recorded them and leaked it. And I'm not doing any of that.
Okay.
And I'm like banning a bunch of crap and making a bunch of laws to make their businesses not thrive.
So 1 to 6 months have passed. Madam President leaked the blackmail attempt live on Twitch, on a Twitch panel titled "No More Billionaire Boats," instantly earning public adoration. The footage featuring the TSC CEO saying, quote, "America's just a warehouse with the flag."
Oh my gosh.
Went viral. Oh my gosh. That's a great quote. That's a great quote.
Oh my gosh.
And protesters, although not true, I don't know what we got in the warehouse. And protesters began pelting Amazon trucks with 7-Eleven taquitos in symbolic defiance. But then she played her own card. Behind the scenes, the president had quietly collected incriminating data, illegal weapons testing, offshore money trails, and a peanut butter mess fund linked to a senator's yacht named the Sticky Glue. With a smile, she let them know corporate or the II, Child Protection Agency, gets the files. Ooh, so she sent the files to the II. TSC folded. They're now publicly funding a new federal civilian maritime force called the Insect Legion, patrolled by volunteers trained to, quote, become the insect. Your approval rating has gone up 11 points. The online mood, she's scary, but she's ours. New headline. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't make me laugh. That was perfect. That was perfect. Don't make me laugh. Please don't make me laugh. Headline on BuzzGov. America has a queen now. BuzzFeed. That's a BuzzFeed headline. Good job, Lauren. You're doing
His jaw
pretty.
kept falling on his chest.
You're doing pretty well. You were ruling with Fazeev. You're ruling with Fazeev.
No.
Next category, please.
Okay. Make America again.
Okay. All right. Make America again. Presidential intelligence briefing. Madam President, a new educational app called Real School. Real is capitalized. Okay.
You're dying.
Yes.
This is obviously ChatGPT,
It is,
right?
but this is actually funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Called Real School, real in all caps. It's trending with 40 million downloads. It teaches, quote, true American history with strong bias towards divine destiny, muskets, and something called Founding Father Energy. The app is backed by a coalition of YouTubers, prepper influencers, and the Christian Dude House with funding.
Oh my gosh.
With funding from an untraceable shell.
What did you feed this
I
thing
did.
with? Because it's saying
I fed it a lot of stuff. Yeah, I fed it a lot of stuff.
Okay, Christian Dude House is an inside joke
Yes,
between us.
yes,
That's why I was
yes.
like dying laughing.
With funding from an untraceable shell org named E. Publius Ronca, several. My neck.
I can't.
Oh my gosh.
Rock.
Several red state school boards
my
are
gosh.
voting to make it mandatory in place of traditional civics education. If handled well, you could use this moment to launch a unifying national curriculum initiative with actual historical oversight, restoring civic trust and truth. If ignored, an entire generation may grow up believing George Washington tamed dinosaurs and that taquitos were in the original Constitution. That's not too bad of a belief. Here's some suggested from the cabinet. The brain trust threw out some notes.
Okay.
App review task force. Counter app Yoshi story. Invite Christian Dude House to debate.
Oh my
Summon
gosh.
Ghost of Harriet Tubman. Install Inuyasha in the Library of Congress.
I mean, that's
Some suggestions. Of course, you can deviate beyond the suggestions. Madam President, what's your move? What's the move? What's the move?
What was the top two again?
App review task force and launch a
What
counter.
would the app review task force be? I don't even
App review
understand
task
that.
force would review. So, Madam President,
Apps that are being used.
Madam President, we would create a temporary government agency that will review the app and other apps to see what kind of curriculum is being taught, and if the curriculum doesn't meet the standards that you would like, Madam President, we will
So like regulation.
advocate strongly either through propaganda campaigns against the app, or we will try and work with the app developers themselves to change the curriculum to reflect our values as a society. We could also develop a counter app called Yoshi Story. Madam President, the ball is in your court.
What would Yoshi's story entail?
Madam President, Yoshi Story is an app based on the origins of, based on the three laws of Yoshi, which is kindness, hunger, and here hunger means like having an appetite of like for more, just whatever more means to you. It could be more. It could literally be more food. It could also be more like kindness, more care, more, just more. Just think more. Okay.
The doctrine of the Trinity.
Okay.
Right. And then the third tenet of Yoshi would be giving rides. So that speaks to like tech advancements, doing more with like transportation and getting us further, giving rides to those who don't have.
Okay.
Right.
I like this. Let's do
You like
that
the
one.
Yoshi? Okay.
Yeah.
We want to develop the app Yoshi Story based on the three tenets of Yoshi: hunger, giving rides, and more. All right, Madam President. Yoshi Story rises. This was a 1 to 5 month period. With your blessing, the Department of Education and several rogue freelance Nintendo scholars is what we call them, launched Yoshi Story.
Nintendo scholars.
A civic education platform built on the three sacred tenets of Yoshi: hunger, understand the needs of the people; giving rides, serve others without complaint; more, there's always another level; The interface featured a green Yoshi avatar who guided students through the U.S. history by devouring misinformation, giving rise to underrepresented perspectives, and unlocking bonus levels about things textbooks forgot. Critics called it woke Mario Kart, but classrooms loved it. Even Fox News admitted, at least it's not the Taquito app. Graduation rates spiked, so did cosplay. Ronka's app lost 80% of users after Yoshi publicly challenged his mascot to a duel in a live Roblox stream.
Oh my god.
Approval rating +8. National mood joyfully educated. Bonus.
Joyfully educated.
Bonus. Candy Yak subsidies proposed in Congress. Wow, Lauren, things are going great. Things are going great.
Candy Yak.
Things are great. So the nation loves you. Next category, please, Madam President.
Okay. I already did. Could this really happen?
You have not.
Isn't the sun supposed to be yellow?
Is the sun supposed to be yellow? Would be galactic threats.
Let's do. Could this really happen?
Okay. Stand by for Madam President. Could this really happen? Is that what you want?
Yes, please.
All right, Madam President. Madam President. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Is ChatGPT going?
Yeah, I hate when it does this. Madam President, researchers at the White House of Immense Futures have uncovered a massive interdimensional rift forming under the Dakotas, traced back to energy waves emitted by
the Dakotas,
the Gospel Spider superweave farms, authorized during Project Silk Rise. Locals report time slippage, echoing voices of extinct animals, and the sudden appearance of green creatures in the ice, possibly prehistoric, possibly prophetic. A Christian Dude House affiliated TikTok pastor claims it's a dimension door leading to the original uncorrupted America and is calling for pilgrimages. The II has issued quiet warnings about children vanishing near, quote, the glow. If handled well, you could stabilize the rift using joint scientific faith collaboration, securing spiritual and material control over a cosmic frontier. If ignored, the rift may spread, pulling parts of reality into unrecoverable dream space, potentially affecting strategic states, infrastructure, and serial distribution.
Serial distribution?
Yeah.
What does my counsel say on
your
this
counsel? The counsel, who's really taken some time to sit down and try and figure this out, has suggested Dimensional Ethics Council be created.
Okay.
Fred Flintstone, ice diplomacy. I would imagine this is because Fred Flintstone being of prehistory. Yep. Seal it with sticky glue. Insect gospel evacuation order. Appoint Miss Laura Croft as a rift marshal.
Oh, I mean, So we got Fred. What is Fred Flintstone? What was his thing on it? Appoint him or something?
Try and have him, I guess, do something diplomatic. I don't really understand what Fred Flintstone ice diplomacy
I was
is.
leaning towards that one, to
Were
be
you?
honest.
Okay.
But, what faith does Laura Croft profess?
Laura Croft is a believer in ancient things, broken altars, and the God between dimensions. She kneels at no altar, but she has memorized the Book of Enoch in Akkadian. Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to be anti having someone who's not a Christian helping.
She's a shadow Baptist.
So I am going to ask that Laura Croft partner with Pam.
Okay, that Philip Anthony Mitchell?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that they go and visit the area.
And they what?
They go and visit the area, like near the Dakotas, and they have a council there.
Okay.
That they're in charge of.
Okay. All right, let's see what happens. The Rift Council of 2819. 2 to 6 months later, at the president's command, Rift Marshal Laura Croft joined forces with Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell of 2819 Church, a denim dad, stage-lit preacher, best known for baptizing entire families via slip and slide at summer services. Together, they formed the Council of Convergence, headquartered at a shimmering fault line chapel called the Dimensional Tabernacle, which was formerly actually a Winco, which is crazy. Laura brought maps etched in obsidian and a Glock blessed by a former pope. Pastor Philip brought sticky glue, communion, gospel fire, and a legion of insects ready to die for the truth. They deemed the Rift...
parchment-lined cookie sheets and glaze them with a mixture of egg yolk and heavy cream.
Excuse me? They deemed the Rift narratively unstable but spiritually promising. Weekly services began drawing pilgrims, cryptids, and moderate Republicans. Donations hit record highs. The Rift has slowed, but the orbed Enchantra now speaks in tongues. Public trust +6. Trending hashtag. Faith in the fracture. It seems, Madam President, you have led the country into worship of idols.
I know that's not good.
Uh-oh.
Wait, do you have to input something?
Go ahead.
So, I'm gonna... I'm going to take away the ability for civilians to even enter that area.
Okay. No, we can't. You got to pick a new category. We've moved on.
Oh no.
Yeah, we've moved on.
I have to stop the idol worship.
Nope.
No. Wow. Okay. Well, who cares about approval? See, that's who cares about approval rating.
Right, exactly. You messed up.
That's ridiculous.
Messed up.
Okay. Christian chess master.
Okay.
I'm scared to do this one after I created idol worship.
Yep.
Let's not do this one yet.
You said it too late, Madam President.
No.
Too late, Madam President. Madam President, satellite surveillance over the Dead Sea has captured something miraculous or catastrophic. Overnight, the waterline receded by 16 feet. In the center, a perfectly symmetrical, candy-painted spiral pulsing with light visible from orbit. At the same moment, 2819 Church live streams were hijacked, replaced by an ancient voice speaking in Aramaic. The idol burns. The true one returns. The AI cannot stop this. Prophecy communities are calling it the second unveiling. Pam, Philip Anthony Mitchell, has locked himself inside a Cracker Barrel claiming to be, quote, recovering coordinates from George Washington Carver. The orb Enchantra has begun floating westward. If handled well, you may gain control of the narrative, either quelling panic with clarity or aligning with the prophecy to redirect natural attention. If ignored, the spiral spreads. The voice may grow louder and America becomes the global epicenter of spiritual disintegration. It's not easy being president, is it, Lauren? So the brain trust that you've hired summoned the II. They've also suggested maybe holding a national fast. They've also suggested maybe you should rebuke the orb with Psalm 24. What is Psalm 24? Let's read Psalm 24 so you know what the rebuke would be. In KJV. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For it hath founded upon the seas and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Or who shall stand in its holy place? He that hath clean hands and not a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord and the righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob, Selah. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors. And the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors. And the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory, Selah. Okay, that's a good rebuke. That's a good way to rebuke the orb if you go that direction.
ChatGPT just pulled that out of there.
Yeah. I'm a little scared at how fitting the rebuke that they summoned was.
It's a little scary.
Are you a Christian, ChatGPT? The brain trust also
Maybe he's been hanging out with
suggest-
Laura Croft.
oh my gosh. The brain trust also suggests to appoint Sonic 2017X as a moral advisor. I like that one. I'm gonna be honest with you. As your advisor, I like that one.
Isn't Sonic 17X the scary looking
Yeah,
one?
he is.
That's,
She's
really
the black
intense.
Sonic, the slimy black Sonic. And finally, the brain trust suggests to declare a holy emergency in all time zones.
A holy emergency in all time zones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily want to call for a national
Fast.
fast
Okay.
because they're not doing it in the name of God.
Right. That's good. Okay.
And that's just
good.
scary.
Good. I like that. Not leading people into apostasy. Or
And then people are going to
apostasy or
feel all
something.
holy and weird.
Right.
And that's just odd.
Right. I
Let's
like
not
that.
do that.
I like, okay, Christian woman. Okay.
What was the top one above that though?
Summon the ii.
Okay, no.
Yeah, I don't
Third
think-
one?
Rebuke the orb with Psalm 24.
Rebuke it. It's an orb? It's a
Mhm.
spiral. It's a
Sure.
complete spiral thing.
Sure.
No, I'm not choosing that.
No,
I'm just-
you're right. Oh, no, I know you're not.
I don't feel like I need to rebuke it because if it's been created from the earth, like God obviously did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's a
Okay.
warning sign,
Okay.
obviously. I would do like a public broadcast of that
Okay.
and say like
a public broadcast of what?
of like, showing footage of the spiral and say to everyone, God is moving and clearly trying to
Okay.
tell us something.
Okay.
So let's take the Lord of heaven and earth seriously. And
Okay.
I might hold like a moment of silence.
Okay.
And yeah, see
Okay.
what comes of that.
Okay. 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 So over a 1 to 4 month period, the president's national live address halted commerce, school, and even Fortnite tournaments. She stood before the spiral, broadcast in full candy-painted glory, and said calmly, "God is moving. Let us take the Lord of heaven and earth seriously." She bowed, and so did the nation. For 47 seconds, America fell silent, save for the weeping of the orb enchantra, now glowing white-hot, humming a hymn known only in lost Enochian dialects. TikTok
Oh.
converted in real time. Twitch streamers cried and passed out. A Fred Flintstone-themed megachurch reported a miracle healing during the service. The spiral stopped expanding. Approval rating +15. National mood fearfully reverent. Political faith surge. Sorry, public faith surge. 33% rise in church attendance,
Dang.
including the Church of Inuyasha. So not exactly where we wanted people to go.
Yeah, I know. That's not good.
Now, Lauren, something, unfortunately, Madam President, excuse me, something has happened. Over the past 6 months, choices have aligned.
Uh-oh.
A pale green mist begins seeping from abandoned Amazon warehouses across the Midwest. Facilities long forgotten, but somehow parallel to each other across unseen dimensions. The mist freezes memory, slows time, and pulls dreams out into waking life. Within it walk the green creatures from the ice, now fully awake, speaking in a perfect blend of southern drawl and insect clicks. They say,
disgusting.
"We remember Eden. Do you?" The White House begins snapping between timelines every midnight. The moon flickers. The world is watching.
Wait, am I supposed to react right now?
Yeah. So
I thought I was just
the
stuck in
nation
the
is
scenario.
the nation is panicked.
So I am confused.
Right. So it's 2026 now. You're a year into your presidency.
Okay.
The revelation cult has shattered consumer confidence and driven the U.S. economy into chaotic, surreal recession, now dubbed by analysts as the missed session. The stock market has dropped. The Dow dropped 6,000 points in a single day. Green Friday after a green creature delivered financial advice live on CNBC. It advised viewers to bury their coins in damp soil. Labor market. Major cities report a surge in dream absenteeism. Millions of workers vanishing into walking hallucinations mid-shift. Starbucks unions now demand fog insurance and a day off for each timeline lived. Cryptocurrency, a new
Sorry.
cryptocurrency called Eden Coin, supposedly backed by prophetic visions, has overtaken Bitcoin. The Fed refuses to comment, but their last tweet read, "Please turn around. Housing. Real estate collapses in mist zones, but skyrockets in flyover churches, Cracker Barrels, and 7-Eleven parking lots." Federal Reserve Chair, okay, so the Jerome Powell, who is currently the chair of the Federal Reserve, has resigned and joined the Christian Dude House, claiming interest rates were never real. So the GDP has gone down.
Interest rates were never real.
I mean, the U.S. economy is in free fall
This is insane.
under your leadership.
Yeah.
The GDP has gone down 4%. The
I don't know what that
sentiment-
means.
But the public sentiment is not good. We trust God, but we're keeping cash in Yoshi eggs.
No, oh my gosh.
How has
How do we
her
do it?
approval rating changed in light of this? Let's see what your approval rating is.
I don't want
Lauren's approval rating, 62%. It's not bad. You want the demographic breakdown?
Sure.
Okay, Gen Z. So, talk to the family. This is your president. Gen Z, 78%. To summarize how they feel, she gets it. She didn't flinch when Enchantra cried. Evangelicals. Okay, this is the important. Well, this is interesting, and I'd like to hear, Madam President, how you feel about
Okay.
this. So think about the land. Before I say this, think about the landscape in America of evangelicals. Think about how sick it makes you. Think about how idolatrous it is.
Okay.
You have a 91% rating from evangelicals. They say, she acknowledged the Lord while the sky was flickering. That's leadership. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about them
About
being happy
91.
with me?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was trying to follow the Lord, so I'm
Okay,
okay with
okay,
that.
okay.
I'm not like scared by that.
Okay, here's a good one. This is a good one, Lord.
But I mean,
Okay. Oh, sorry, Madam President. I'm so sorry.
yeah, I know. You're getting a little
Progressives.
cozy, Mr. Brain Trust, man.
Progressives,
Mm.
49%. We don't like the God stuff, but she's clearly not in the pocket of Big Orb. Wow.
Well then.
Okay, look at you. Wall Street execs, 12%. She disrespected the yield curve.
Yeah. I don't care about them.
Southern dads, 87%. So could be a little bit of the
Southern dads.
this could be a little bit of the evangelical core. She's got that rotation constitution grit. Insects for the gospel, 100%.
Yeah, because they'd be the ones to care about that.
And here's the hashtags under your first year of the presidency. Hashtag missed but trusting. Hashtag orb ready president. Hashtag she did not flee. Hashtag God over the Dow. Hashtag Fred Flintstone wept. Madam
Fred
President.
Flintstone what?
Wept.
Wept?
Okay.
Okay. So what?
Hold on. No, go ahead.
No, continue.
No, please.
What am I supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah, hold on. I
Like-
got you. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So you're asked. You're having your first interview,
Mm.
and it's on Meet the Shift, which is a play on Meet the Nation. But guess who it's hosted? Guess who it's hosted by?
Who?
Miss Laura Croft.
Oh my gosh.
She asked you, Madam President, when the moon blinked and the orbed Enchantra sang Psalm 23 in reverse,
Mm.
did you feel fear or did you feel chosen?
We're all chosen by God.
Okay. Are we? Okay. Well, that's what you said. Okay. Says, okay, hold on.
To come back to Him.
Is that what you say?
Yeah,
Okay.
and believe in Christ.
Okay.
So I'm not any different than anyone else.
Okay. Go ahead. Let me know how you're feeling how were you feeling during the interview while I whack out this?
I am feeling worried because she kind of started a cult around the first situation.
Okay.
And she's
Right.
obviously like into glyphs and history more than she is anything else. And also she was a paid employee, so this is kind of a weird interview.
Okay. Now, after your interview, some well-known Christian pastors who you know and love took to Twitter to respond, or Threads, wherever they post. Matt Chandler said, bold words. If she means Christ crucified, risen, and Lord of all, then yes, let's call the nation home.
Oh my gosh.
Eric Mason, amen to that, but let's not forget, coming back to God means justice, not just language. Okay.
Oh, okay.
William Lane Craig, an affirmable affirmation. I only hope it's grounded in the resurrection, not public sentiment. Preston Sprinkle, I respect it. Let's ensure the Jesus she calls us to is the Jesus of the Gospels, not political packaging. Jackie Hill Perry, truth, but belief in Christ ain't just talk. It's repentance, surrender, and a new kingdom. Let's not water it down. Wow.
Okay, they're all like being mean.
Yeah, I mean, you're the president.
I know, but I'm not just talking. I've obviously been trying to do stuff.
Okay. Well, Madam President, we're out of time, so let me give you, the game's not over. We'll have to pick it up some other time. I mean, it's a long presidency, but let's give a.
Wait, do I have to play this again next time?
No, I don't know. We'll see. We'll who knows? Most important presidential ratings. What are hers? Okay.
Oh wait, now can I? Oh, I was gonna say, can I play my music while you're doing that now?
Okay. So your overall rating. Got you. Your overall.
Needed to relax.
Right.
That's presidency is hard.
Your overall approval rating is 62%. You heard that already.
Yeah.
People perceive you as unshakable, sincere, and spiritually grounded.
That's only a hair above 50. Isn't that not good?
I mean, for a presidential rating, that's really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no context.
I think so, yeah.
Sure.
Spiritual trust rating, that's a new metric, 83%. The nation believes she is in alignment with the divine forces, even if they don't fully understand what's happening. Churches, insect legions, and prophecy communities consider her a reluctant Esther.
Okay. That's weird.
Wow.
Insects consider me a reluctant Esther.
Well, think about the Lord giving the mosquito words for a moment.
Very scary.
And the mosquito calls you reluctant Esther.
Yes.
Would you not bow in gratitude to the Lord? He could do that. God could literally make a beetle call you a reluctant Esther.
He absolutely can.
That'd be a freaking honor, dude. A wasp lands on your shoulder, and instead of stinging you, it just whispers Esther.
Wow. Okay.
Economic confidence score. Dragged down by the surreal financial efforts of the Revelation Code. Confidence is low, but the blame is split between supernatural forces and the defunct Amazon distribution timelines. Crisis Leadership Index. Ooh, this is a good one. 74%. Praised for navigating the surreal without losing moral footing. Her decision to partner with Lara Croft and Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell was viewed as unorthodox but stabilizing. Public consciousness penetration. A media saturation metric. Oh, okay, so this is how much people are aware of, like, how much you have, like, reached the masses. Like, cultural influence would be maybe a good way to put it. Media saturation. 92%. She's appearing in memes, sermons, animated explainers, dreams, and a recent Yashahime side episode. A deep fake of her reciting Psalm 23 while drifting through space hit 100 million views. Wow, Lauren. Okay.
Anyone else got any questions?
Awesome. Well, Lauren, good job. What I like is that I'm not afraid of, like, a woman becoming president now, because I've seen what it could be like.
Now you're not afraid. You were afraid before.
It's not that I was afraid.
I think
before.
you need to not introduce the show for a couple months. I think you need to be sat down.
Oh my gosh. Don't make me laugh. I can't
your
laugh.
own
You know I
living
can't
room.
laugh right now.
I know.
Good job,
His
Lauren.
neck and back are
Good
still
job.
a little frail.
Good job. Chocolate Dip family and friends, I just hope you would vote for Lauren in the next election. That's really, I just hope you
I
would.
am not running.
Hope you would just write her in.
No.
Round of applause. I don't have applause on the soundboard, but
I don't think you do.
But I think you did a great job.
It would
Lauren.
also be weird for me to give
yourself
a round of
applause. You're right.
applause
Let
the
those with
soundboard.
praise you, not your own. That's great. You did great, Lauren. I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you. Thank you, Chocolate Dip family.
Thank you for the fun game.
It was fun.
Weird ChatGPT
It was fun,
and
yeah.
Shante.
Maybe we'll do it again. because you're only a year into your presidency. See you guys next time.